I want to show you a future that runs on rivers. Not as a dream, but as physics in motion. What if we could place small turbines in rivers across the globe, generate electricity, and use that energy to fire lasers into space? Not for destruction, not for spectacle, but to keep Earth in thermodynamic balance. This isn't science fiction. This is about entropy, open systems, and the delicate dance between order and chaos that keeps our planet alive. Rivers never stop. They flow day and night, carving paths through continents, carrying energy from mountains to oceans. Now, what if we harness that flow gently, carefully, with turbines small enough to leave ecosystems intact? These aren't dams. They're embedded in the current, spinning as water passes, converting kinetic energy into electricity. The efficiency isn't perfect, nothing is, but it's continuous, renewable, and scalable. Every river becomes a thread in a planetary energy grid. Site selection matters. Avoiding spawning grounds, preserving biodiversity, measuring flow rates across seasons. This is engineering informed by ecology, not imposed upon it. So we've captured energy from rivers. Now what? We fire it into space. Not randomly, precisely, using lasers. These aren't weapons. They're thermodynamic exhaust pipes. Earth absorbs energy from the sun constantly. If we only absorb and never release, we overheat. A laser beam, shaped and pointed safely away from satellites and aircraft, carrying energy out of the system. Laser technology isn't speculative. We've been using coherent light for decades. Telecommunications, surgery, measurement. The goal isn't to cool the Earth dramatically overnight. It's to establish a steady outflow, a release valve for entropy. Entropy, you've heard the word. But what is it really? Entropy is a measure of disorder, or more precisely, the number of ways a system can be arranged. A messy room has high entropy because there are countless ways to scatter clothes and books. A tidy room has low entropy. The second law of thermodynamics says entropy in a closed system always increases. Things fall apart. Energy spreads out. But, and this is key, Earth isn't a closed system. It's open. Energy flows in from the sun and radiates out into space. That exchange allows pockets of order to emerge, life, weather patterns, ecosystems. We're not violating thermodynamics by creating order here. We're exporting entropy elsewhere. A refrigerator cools its interior by pumping heat outside. An open system exchanges energy and matter with its surroundings. A closed system exchanges energy but not matter. An isolated system exchanges neither. Your body is an open system. You eat, you breathe, you radiate heat. Earth sits between open and closed. Matter rarely escapes, but energy flows constantly. Now, what if we optimize that gradient? Think of it as tuning an instrument. Not changing the music, just keeping it in key. The turbines harvest energy that would dissipate anyway. The lasers export it in a directed, measurable way. The result, a planet in steady state, where entropy production is managed, not ignored. Water flowing through these turbines. Does it change? Not chemically. H2O remains H2O. But structurally, perhaps. When water moves through ordered energy fields, it can form transient patterns at the molecular level. These aren't mystical. They're physical. They're physical. Hydrogen bonds aligning, clusters forming and dissolving, patterns correlated with the energy environment. Under a microscope, you might observe these structures, geometric arrangements that persist longer than random thermal motion would predict. Is this ordering the water? Cautiously, yes. We're hypothesizing that sustained, structured energy input reduces local entropy in the fluid. This ties to broader research on non-equilibrium thermodynamics, where systems driven by external energy can self-organize. So we return to the rivers. Turbines spinning, lasers firing, energy exported, entropy managed. This isn't about controlling nature. It's about aligning with it. The vision is calm, distributed, resilient. No single mega project. No centralized risk. Just thousands of small systems woven into the geography of Earth, each one a node in a global thermodynamic network. And the water, it flows on, perhaps a bit more ordered, carrying the memory of its passage through our machines. The planet breathes, in sunlight out coherent light. The balance isn't perfect. It never is. But it's intentional. This future isn't guaranteed. It's a possibility, a direction we could choose if the science holds and the will aligns. But the principle is sound. Open systems can sustain order by exporting entropy. Earth has always done this. We're just proposing to help, to tune the system, to keep the garden habitable. And if we succeed, if the rivers hum and the lasers glow and the balance holds, maybe then the world can heal. May the whole world blossom again.